Hello everyone, Vankata here and welcome back to the Beauty of Metal. So guys, if you're not new to this channel, you're probably wondering right now, why does this room look different? And why is there a AC/DC poster instead of a rainbow one? Well, the reason for that is that I'm not in London, but I'm actually on holiday back in Bulgaria, where I'm from. And since I was on holiday here, I decided to take this opportunity to show you guys how exactly I got into rock and metal. And spoiler alert, these guys are responsible for that. Okay, so imagine this. I come from a very small town in Bulgaria. I was about 9 years old, and at that point I was actually listening to rap music. Yes, you heard me right. I was listening to rap music before I was into rock. And you know what? I enjoyed it. I was listening to artists like Eminem, 50 Cent, and others. I can't remember the names right now, but honestly, I did think they were good. However, one day something happened, something that changed my life. I just accidentally stumbled across this song from AC/DC and just I was completely blown away. And this song is none other than Thunderstruck, which you probably all know. But since I'm talking about this song, why don't I just give you almost like a real-time experience of what was going through my mind as a 9-year-old child when I discovered that song for the first time. Let's have a little listen. Okay, so few seconds in and I was already captivated when I saw that footage the first time, because you guys saw there were just so many people there, and I think that even as an adult seeing large crowds is incredible, but seeing that as a 9 years old, that was the first time I've seen anything like that. I was like, oh my god, that's insane. Plus that large American flag being carried around and the whole stage as well. It's phew, I was like, oh my god, what is even that? Okay, and I think that was almost it, to be honest with you. Those few seconds that I heard from the guitar from Angus Young, they just completely blew me away. I was like, whoa, I've never listened to anything like that. I mean, what is even that sound? And I just had to keep on listening. Also, I don't know if any other AC/DC fan has done that before, but well, I really love the beginning of this song because it has a very gradual build up. So firstly you have the guitar joining in, then the back vocal singing for a couple of times, then there is thunder added to that for a couple of times. After those couple of times, Brian Johnson joins in. And I remember that I used to play this game in my mind, that when I was listening to just the audio version, I would try to guess when the thunder comes in the song and when Brian Johnson comes in to sing. And funny enough, I actually never really counted when he does that. I was never like, oh, he does it after the third, the fifth time. I still haven't, to be honest. I always kind of I try to do it instinctively because I don't know, it's kind of there's more anticipation and fun when you don't know, when you haven't counted, I think. So yeah, guys, this was Thunderstruck. I think that you guys can see why would I get so much into that song, especially at an early age. I mean, come on, the sound of the electric guitar by Angus Young was amazing. There was nothing like I'd ever heard before, and after I heard that song, I was immediately captivated by AC/DC, especially by this song. I had to keep listening to that song, and to this day, this is my favorite AC/DC song. It's crazy. I became so obsessed with AC/DC in the next 5 years. I was listening mostly to AC/DC. It wasn't on AC/DC, but I was like crazy, like every day you have to listen to AC/DC. I mean, you can tell how obsessed I am. I mean, there is one poster in my room. There's actually another one just over there, which you can't see. And also, like, I got I got this book as well. When I went to see them, I've seen these bands twice. When I went to see them first, it was in Belgrade in Serbia. It was like, and it was such a craze because what happened is we drove to Belgrade with my dad, my uncle, and another family friend. But also what was happening at the same time is, well, we have this really cool, used to be mayor in Bulgaria called Tsonkotsonev. So he was the mayor of Kavarna. He actually organized a rock and metal festival in the town that he was a mayor. Like there was Kavarna Rock for a long time while he was a mayor. And he actually organized a train from Varna, which is like on the northeast of Bulgaria, to go all the way to Belgrade for all the AC/DC fans, like for that day when they had the concert back in 2009. That concert, like they were on that specific concert, but also on the AC/DC concerts in Greece, and I think they did it in Romania as well. There were so many Bulgarians that AC/DC initially didn't want to do a concert in Bulgaria, but after they saw how many Bulgarians there were in Serbia and Greece, they were like, I think we have to do that, guys. And so a year later, they did a concert in Sofia, and that was actually the most visited concert ever in Bulgaria. It was like 60,000 people, which was like AC/DC packed the biggest stadium in Bulgaria to the max. And that's incredible. But yeah, guys, so this is how it started. I got so mesmerized by AC/DC that I had to keep listening to them. And it was a very strange experience because, again, I come from a small town. And when I was showing my friends, people my age or similar age, rock and metal songs, they were looking at me like, you like that? I'm like, yeah, of course I do. I mean, you don't? No? Oh, I felt in a bit of a weird place, out of place, really. How come I'm the only young person listening to this music? Well, maybe not the only one, but the only one that I knew of. There was one person who was very important in my life in terms of music, and that's my uncle, because he's like a massive rock and metal fan. I mean massive. Like, he helped me a lot to enrich my taste, because he knew so many songs that at one point in our lives he made 5 CDs, each of whom had like 100 songs inside, 100 rock and metal songs that he gave to my dad and myself to listen. I was completely captivated. I mean, on there you had Deep Purple, Rainbow, Whitesnake, Alice Cooper, Judas Priest, Metallica, and many other bands. Like, what not even that famous. Like, he would have like obscure name, like obscure song from a band that I've never ever listened anything else of. I was like, oh, that song is incredible. So he helped me a lot. What happened in terms of my development with rock and metal music is I found out about AC/DC, and for the next solid years, like maybe 5, 6 or even longer, I was listening mostly to rock music. So that's AC/DC, Deep Purple and Rainbow, like those were my foundations really. Then after that, because I was listening to Rainbow, I got really into Dio as well. He was my next favorite obsession after AC/DC. Like, I was listening to Dio in Rainbow, and Dio in Black Sabbath, Dio in Dio, and like his solo projects. I absolutely love that. And because of Dio, I got into Black Sabbath a lot. As I mentioned before, I got into Judas Priest, Alice Cooper, Whitesnake, many other bands, then into Sabaton, Nightwish, and more of the modern bands. But like, it was a very slow process that it probably took me in between 10 years of, probably less, but it took me maybe a bit less than that, from finding AC/DC to getting more into the metal side of the music. And I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna look back, guys. Like, that was 21 years ago, something like that. And my life has changed, and I think that for the better. Obviously, everyone has their own taste in music, and that's completely fine. But for me, I love the sound of electric guitar, so this is what got me into rock and metal. There's obviously a different sound to the electric guitar in rock and metal compared to other genres of music. I feel like it's extremely lively. I mean, that's what I love, like how much energy it brings. And a lot of the times, like, even when I'm feeling extremely drained, like tired, I'll put a rock or metal song, I'll be like, I can actually do something like that. I have the energy to do something. Like, I love the electric guitar. Again, that's what got me into it. But what keeps me going is not just the electric guitar, but the sound of the vocalist. I mean, I did mention Ronnie James Dio earlier, and I think that his singing is absolutely heavenly, and I will probably make a video about him in the future. I do believe that there are a lot of metal singers that sing absolutely beautifully, even those that scream a lot. There is an art to that, there is beauty in that, in my opinion. A lot of them, like, they've had to go through training. It's not like they just like walk up and it's like, it's not an easy trait to be a rock or metal singer, not at all. Otherwise everyone will be doing that, and there's not many people who are successful, especially not as successful as AC/DC. I mean, to be honest, who else is as successful as AC/DC? Like, these guys pack up stadiums. And yeah guys, so this was all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you like, comment and subscribe to help support my channel, and I'll see you on the very next video. Bye bye.